Morning,
Hey
everyone.
everyone, good morning.
As Emily, thank you for the introduction. My name is Lara. I'm from the Amazon Brand Protection team. And over
Yeah,
to you,
and my
Akash.
name is thanks, Lara. Yeah, and my name is Akash. Even I'm from the brand protection team. Excited for this, webinar today. So I think we can start. Okay. So yeah, hello everyone again. So the topic for today is brand registry introduction, brand protection, and enroll. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad throat today, and enrollment. So with today's presentation, we will give you an overview of Amazon brand registry's tools and resources, and also show its value to protect your brand. Excuse me. So we will go over many things in this topic today, as well as how to enroll. So please note that our tools and programs are always subject to change. So it is always a best practice to look for more up-to-date guidance online with a specific help content. Yeah, the next slide. Yeah, the agenda. So for today's topic, the agenda will be to cover the brand protection overview and Amazon brand registry intro. So we'll also go through the account creation, how to enroll. We'll also go through the post-enrollment tools. We'll also go through the infringements. We'll also go through the brand owner tools, and we'll also have some time for question and answers. Just a minute, I'll just have a quick sip of water. Okay. Um, so in our first section, we will be providing a high-level overview of Amazon's brand protection program. Next slide, please. Yeah. So as you can see, Amazon Brand Protection is a suite of industry-leading tools and programs which are used to protect our customers, our brands, and also selling partners. We do this by preventing any counterfeits or fraud and abuse from all the bad actors on the stores. So basically, it helps to create a consistent and a trusted experience for all our customers every time they come on Amazon to shop. So, yeah, next slide. So before we get deep into what brand registry is and how to enroll, I just wanted to share brief numbers on how Amazon brand protection works. So in 2022, to protect brands and customers from counterfeit products and infringement, Amazon spent $1.2 billion to protect brands from IP infringements. Over 6 million attempts by bad actors to create new selling accounts in 2020. The number was decreased to 800,000. And we also identified, we seized and appropriately disposed all of the 6 million counterfeit items, which were completely removed from the entire Amazon supply chain. Yeah, next slide. So, how we protect our customers? We do this by verifying the legitimate brand owners. So, once you have intellectual property, the next step in protecting on Amazon is to enroll into brand registry, where we can establish that you are the authentic rights owner for your brand and you are the owner of the trademark. So, I mean, this is the basic of brand registry. And from there, you can protect many different types of IPs where the bad actors often try to reach their goals by infringing upon the IP rights of the legitimate brands. Next slide, please. And further, Registering to brand registry will also unlock many, like, a suite of tools. So it will unlock the brand protection and building tools. uh, Emily, can you just go on to slide 7? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, that it will open a suite of benefits for this. So one is unlocks the brand protection and building tools. It also provides automated protections that use machine learnings to, prevent bad listings on our catalog. It also helps you to manage the accuracy of your listings, and this is all done without any additional charge on the brand owners. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So now, in order to access brand registry tools and benefits, you must first enroll into the program. Now, we will walk through the eligibility requirements as well as all the enrollment process. Next slide. Cool. Now, so the first step to protect your brand and be able to report IP infringements is to enroll your trademark on brand registry. So let's quickly review what information is needed to register your brand on brand registry. So the first thing is the brand name and the status of registered trademark. So it can be active or pending. Second, the trademark office where you register your brand, such as, for example, USPTO is for US, and a trademark number. So the office name as well as the trademark number is a prerequisite. Then the type of trademark you have, whether it is a word or design. I will walk you through like what a word or design trademark will mean in the future slides, but just letting you know that the type of trademark also plays a pivotal role during your enrollment. And next, a list of all the product categories in which your brand should be listed. For example, it might be like electronics, it might be apparels, or whatever. I mean, all these categories should also be listed. And then lastly, a list of countries where your products are manufactured and distributed. So after you submit all of these information, we will verify that you are the rights owner of the trademark, or you're employed by the right owners, and reach out to a contact that meets our requirement, then to finalize your trademark enrollment. So then enroll. I mean, the last piece of information is enroll all your trademarks, whether it is like a word or logo, to protect your brand, and then feed our, automated brand protections, which I, briefly spoke previously, that it also helps us to run our machine learning, where all of these data is fed into, and then we proactively try to, control the counterfeits during the listing process. Next slide, please. Yeah, so let us now see how to create an account for brand registry and enroll brands. Next slide. Yeah, the first thing, so how to enroll. So first is sign into brand registry. So you have to visit the brandregistry.amazon.co.za, and then you can sign in using your existing seller or vendor credentials, I mean vendor central credentials. Or if the brand doesn't have an Amazon account, you can create one for free without any additional charges. Second is you have to review and accept the terms. So please accept all the Amazon brand registry terms of use. You can see the screenshots on your screen. And then third is brand management. So in this brand enrollment, you have to enroll to help protect and grow your brand, and to create a more trustworthy experience for your buyers. Next slide. Yeah. So let us now look at the brand enrollment process. So there are four primary steps to this process, namely, one is brand information, where all the brand details like IP and brand name should be provided. Second is account information, where the account details like your seller or vendor details, also including your product category, should be provided. Then third is manufacturing and distribution information. So here the details on your manufacturing and distribution is confirmed. And then lastly, brand verification. So here the brand data is sent for the final validation. So let us now look at the each steps individually. Next slide. Yeah. So step one is brand information. So in this, the brands provide details of their intellectual property, and then Amazon Brand Registry accepts these trademarks in the form of word marks or figurative. I mean, I'll just go ahead and explain in the future slides, as I said, how the word mark or design mark will look like. So it is also important to select the correct trademark type that matches your registered trademark number. It should also match the brand name and the corresponding trademark office. So this is the prerequisite or the basic to get into brand registry, right? The trademark office, the trademark name, and the trademark brand name. So all these three entities should match. Second step. Next slide, please. Yeah. So in this step two, the account information is verified regarding your relationship with Amazon as a seller or a vendor. And then you should select the product categories that represent your brand. And then you have to click next. Next slide. Now, the brands have to provide additional brand information to complete the application, like the countries in which the products are distributed, or any kind of licensee informations, etc. So once completed, the brand application will be reviewed by the application team. As you can see on the screen now, uh, where are your brands product distributed? So this is optional, but we encourage you to share this information uh, because that will help us to identify counterfeits, leveraging our automated brand protections. Yeah, next slide. So finally, once all the brand information is fed into the application, and after reviewing and validating your brand data, a unique code will be sent via email to the brand's recorded point of contact. Then the brand will receive an email describing the entire brand registry process. Now, the brand will need to reach out to the recorded point of contact to get the code. Then this will be, useful for the final validation. So the brand has to input the code into their brand registry account to successfully, get into the brand registry. And next slide. So here are few tips and best practices. I mean, you can just click so that each one of, yeah. So first thing, the application brand name should match the name on the trademark record. Second, the entered trademark number should be correct. Third, the selected trademark office is the one with which they registered their brand. So when you have a drop down menu, you will get multiple IP offices, but you have to select the correct ones. In your case, it's South Africa. The fourth one, the mark type submitted in their application should always match the mark type of that is registered. So if a trademark, let's say, is a design mark, the image submitted in the application should be the same as a trademark image and not the other way around, right? So yeah, next slide. So post-enrollment tools, I mean the tools you can use after getting approval into brand registry. Next slide. Yeah, so you can leverage your brand registry account for several purposes, like report a violation tool, view previously submitted applications, or check the approved brand list, and also enrolling another brand into your account, etc. Next. Mhm. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, report a violation. So if the brand owners identify IP infringement on Amazon, they can use the report a violation tool to notify Amazon. So the report a violation tool basically provides a text or image based search to find and also identify any type of offers, any type of images and asins, uh, and which allows us to, or rather allows you to notify us about that. So basically the tool allows you to do a global search, which lets you to search for content in different Amazon stores from the same screen without having to navigate away. Also, it also allows you to do an image search, which I'm showing here on the slide, which allows you to find the product listings on Amazon that match your products or logos using these images. And lastly, you can also do a bulk search, which will allow you to search for a list of asins or a list of product URLs. You can explore and report potentially infringing content as soon as possible. Lastly, we have submission history. So submission history provides brand registry users a log of reports that have submitted via the report a violation tool and their associated status. It also has details such as complaint IDs, which type of asins or which asins you have reported, and what is the infringement type you reported. Next slide. Yeah. Now, if you believe that only a subset of sellers are infringing and you're not accusing the entire product detail page, you can click the checkbox next to the name of each seller you're reporting in the report a violation tool or infringement form. So, if the infringing seller is listing on your ASIN, ensure the specific sellers are identified. Uh, this helps to safeguard against the entire ASIN being actioned. So remember that a product detail page allows customers to view a specific product available on Amazon with the information common to all sellers offers for the products, such as product titles, it may be brand name, bullet points, any variations like size or color, and any kind of customer reviews. So it can include one or more offers for both sellers on Amazon. So I mean, just a point to note here. So carefully review the selected sellers to ensure that you're not reporting your own offer as well, because we have seen such cases too. Next slide. Yeah. So how can I report infringements on Amazon? So this is the reporting flow. You should include specific identification of the IP you believe is infringed for. So for trademark, copyright, patents, please include the registration number, written description of, or link to copyrighted work, or let's say first date of use, etc. I mean, these details you have to provide. Then you also have to provide the nature of infringement. So whether the infringement occurs on the product, whether it occurs on the physical product packaging, it offers on the image or text, or such kind of details are needed here. Then you'll also have to submit supporting documentation or any other information that will help Amazon in processing your complaint, such as order IDs, or if you have any test buys, which is like a perfect artifact for us on the products you're reporting. And then lastly, your contact details like a name, address, email address, and secondary contact details that we can share with the affected sellers. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so important thing to note here is do not submit more than one type of IP violation per notice, like selecting trademark infringement and discussing copyright issues in the submission. The notice will be processed as a trademark complaint only. So if you want to report infringement of a trademark and a copyright, please file separate notices. Second, indicating two trademark numbers in one notice, as only the first trademark number will be considered for that notice. If you want to report infringement of separate trademarks, file separate notices, right? And then the third is, if the circumstances have changed post submission of your infringement complaint, you have a feature to retract your submission as well. So what will be the result from submitting a notice of infringement? If your notice, there are like four sub points here as well. So first is, if your notice is valid, we will inform the responsible sellers about your claim and share your secondary contact information with them if they have any follow-up questions with you. Second, if your secondary contact information is not available, then we will share your primary contact information with the seller. Third, if your notice of infringement is accepted, we will remove the content you reported and also take appropriate action against the responsible sellers. Please note that Amazon does not share details of action which are not already public in nature. Lastly, if your notice of infringement is rejected, we will not remove the content you reported and we will not take action on the seller as well. But you will receive a notification with the reason for rejection and your notice. Next slide. Yeah. As you can see, we also provide additional support for the brands, which is known as brand registry supports. So within the brand registry tool, we support to address any kind of technical issues. If you have listing issues, any kind of violations, how you can retract issues, etc. So all those type of support is provided through this brand registry support page. Next slide. Cool. So now let's sum up the benefits of Amazon's brand registry for your brands one more time. So the first is accurate brand representation. Second is powerful search tools. And the third is proactive brand protection. So when I say accurate brand representation, it gives you greater influence over your brands uh, and the product listings on Amazon. For the powerful search tools, you can report suspected violations through a simple and guided workflow. And then proactive brand protection, our automated protections use this information about your brand to proactively remove suspected infringing or any inaccurate content regarding your brand. Yeah, next slide. So in order to access brand registry tools and benefits, you must enroll in the program. So I'll just walk you through the eligibility requirements or maybe infringements, because we already discussed the requirements. I just wanted to walk you through what kind of infringements are there, so you're clear on that. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the trademark. Trademark infringement happens when a trademark is used without the trademark owner's authorization in a way what is likely to confuse customers. For example, using a trademark on a product to make customers believe that the product was made by or comes from the trademark holder when the product actually was not made by and did not come from that trademark holder. Maybe this can be an example of trademark infringement. So using a trademark to make customers think that a product is either endorsed or sponsored or approved by the trademark holder when it is not, another type of a trademark infringement. And you can see, like, examples of Amazon.de, Amazon Fresh. So you cannot use these trademark on your products unless you're authorized to. So this is about trademark. Next slide. Yeah. So copyright. What is copyright? So a copyright is a form of protection of the expressions of a work. It might be, few examples. So literary, dramatic, musical, or any kind of artistic or any certain type of intellectual works. The RO must clearly identify the copyrighted materials that are allegedly being used without your permissions. Also, the ROs can use a number of methods to identify their copyright work, which includes like provide a written description or provide a copyright registration number with sufficient details in the copyright registration or in the supporting evidence to identify and match the copyrighted work. So this is about copyright. Next slide. So yeah, what are patents? So the patents basically protect inventions. A patent is a property right used by a government that gives the owner the right to exclude others from making or using or importing the property or the invention which is claimed in the patent in the country the patent won't issued. So the last line is pretty much important because you can claim or you can report infringements only if you have trademark or if you have a patent issued in that specific country only. Yeah, next slide. So as discussed previously, what is a word or a design type mark, right? So here in this example, the first mark where only Amazon is mentioned is a text-based mark. And then the second mark with a logo is an image-based mark with words, letters, or numbers. So I hope this is clear where what do you mean by word mark or design mark? Yeah, I think that's all from my side on brand registry and report a violation. Uh, I will hand it over to Lara for the next slides. Thank you.
Okay, so we can go to the next slide. All right, so we're going to talk about brand owner growth tools. Next slide, please. For now, we're going to focus on A+ content or enhanced brand content, as this is what has launched in South Africa thus far. This includes enhanced product description and brand stories. These features are only available to retail vendors or professional sellers who have been approved as brand owners through Amazon Brand Registry. Why add A+ content to your products? You can potentially increase product sales. Having A+ content on the detail page has been shown to increase sales by 5.6%. On average. You can tell your product or brand story, highlight product features, educate and inform your customers, address purchase barriers, and improve your organic SEO. Results can be improved on the Amazon search engine by the indexing of text. So first to discuss basic A+ content. This enables you to add images and text into 5 to 7 modules to highlight elements of your product level features. These modules populate the product description page of the detail page for sellers and the from the manufacturer section of the detail page for retail vendors. The other tool that's part of A+ content is the brand story feature. This is a newly launched feature where you can stand out from the competition and connect with your customers by telling your unique brand story. The brand story feature creates a section that is separate from the product features. It's in the dedicated slot of the detail page called From the Brand. In order to add A+ content, you'll go to Seller Central, navigate to the Advertising tab, and click on A+ Content Manager. If you have registered your brand, but you still don't see the access to A+, log into Brand Registry, to your Brand Registry account, and click on Support, Contact Brand Support. In addition, Premium A+ is now also launched on Seller Central. To get access to this feature, all of the brand-owned ASINs in your catalog must have a published A+ brand story. And you must have at least 5 A+ content project submissions in approved status in the last 12 months. Note, access to Premium A+ is now given to all worldwide stores once eligibility is met. Enrollment to A+, Premium A+ is granted every Friday. You will be notified if the criteria is met and you don't need to contact us for access. That's it on the brand owner growth tools at this time. You can find more information in Seller Central on the Build Your Brand, or as I mentioned before, go to Advertising and you can access the A+ Content Manager there. Next slide. That concludes the presentation portion of the session.
Yeah, thank you so much to Laura and Akash for joining us today. They are really, really the experts in this. having, as South Africa, some future webinars on the topic. But today we were really blessed to be able to have some experts with us to really go over this topic as our first brand registry, brand protection webinar for South Africa. But otherwise, thanks again for joining us this Thursday, and we hope to see you all again very soon. Cool. Cheers, everyone.